Herman Moore, terrific receiver, and he was on that team. Really one of the great Lions, and to be fair, it's a short list, but he would be on any list. Herman, how are you? Tiki and Tierney, what's happening?
Hey, I am great. You guys have me cracking up. I tell you what, I accept credit cards, and if you don't want that checkbook to continue to pile up dust or anything like that, I'll take checks.
You take it all?
Still takes checks.
Hey, I'm trying to get his Detroit hustle on.
You want out of your account.
Yeah, right. Herman,
Nice.
First of all, wahoo wah, man. We got a fellow UVA man on the phone right now. Oh, it's good, man.
When are you guys going to get a football team, by the way, in Virginia?
Come on
Anytime
now.
soon, Herman?
Come on now. You know, Herman was a track star there, too. He had the high jump record for a long time. Do you still have that?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the few that I still own, and I'm trying not to let all of them fall. I got Calvin breaking them here, and then I had a few people try and take some of those ACC high jump records. But, and Virginia records.
I had my long jump record at UVA because I also ran track. It got broken about 4 years ago, and the coach made a point to seek me out, and say, "Hey, guess what? Your record got broken." I'm like, "Thanks a lot, coach."
Hey, but that's all right, Tiki, man. You still the legend. You know how that works.
I appreciate.
You guys done pat each other on the back?
Hey, man, this is UVA love.
Your name just to get into the football facility.
Hey, by the way, Herman, I mean, we got to jump in the parties. Our producer set the collegiate record for the biggest bong ever to be toked out of. So we have a few records as well.
Oh, you guys would take me back with the high top hair and all that stuff. And I couldn't put enough parts in my hair when I was in college, which was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it passed in Virginia. You could get away with it anyways. But, Herman, we've been talking about the Detroit Lions and where they're going to go. And what's the answer? Because you were a rookie the last time they beat the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay, and it just feels like every year it's, okay, they're going to get it this year. Okay, they're going to figure it out this year. All right, they got this guy. Oh, they drafted this guy. Matthew Stafford's a year older. When do they figure it out, if ever?
Well, they have to figure it out soon. It's been unfortunate that there are so many talented players, so many talented teams that have come through the organization, and we really only have one playoff win to show for it. And in the 90s, we really had a great run. 6 out of the 10 years we were in the playoffs, but we couldn't get that elusive playoff victory in the postseason to continue moving forward towards the Super Bowl. And that's always tough when you don't have an organization that has a winning tradition or has the championships like you see with a lot of these other huge and phenomenal teams. You every year it becomes when, and I think that's a great question to pose. But if you look at some of the changes that have been made, I'm sure you guys are well aware, with all things going on with Mrs. Ford taking over the team and really taking the reins and making some significant changes right out of the chute. And then Coach Caldwell firing some of his offensive staff to try and get this thing turned around. And then this team who couldn't win football games goes out and they beat Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. And so that's something that if that's going to change the culture around here, it's got to happen now. We say that every year. You know how that goes. But I think they have some missing pieces that need to be picked up.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Herman, and I think this is a theory a lot of people subscribe to, and I'm curious how you receive it, if you do at all, or if you completely shoot it down. There's always a correlation: strong ownership, strong product. Look at the Crafts with the Patriots. The Steinbrenners, while it's a little different with the Suns compared to George, they don't spend as much. But the Yankees had a winning pedigree with George Steinbrenner. And let's face it, I mean, last time the Lions won anything was '57. And all the GMs and all the quarterbacks and all the draft picks and all the head coaches and all the press conferences, the one constant with Detroit has been the Ford name. And I'm not trying to denigrate them, but it just doesn't seem like they're doing a good job. I mean, am I missing something?
Well, when they bring in, whether it was a Mariucci or whether they bring in a Morningweg or Coach Caldwell now, I think they were looked at one point as, hey, they weren't going out and getting these significant names. They weren't going out and getting these proven commodities and these proven coaches and people that could run an organization. And then they went out and did that, and they've somewhat backfired, and they still haven't gotten the results. They've had some draft picks that didn't quite work out the way they had planned. But I thought really over the last few years, when you look at Calvin Johnson, you look at Matthew Stafford and Dominic Sue, you go get guys like Stephen Tulloch and some other guys who are difference makers. Now the offense is clicking, and then you got the defense that's ranked number 2 in the NFL last year. And you think they're making finally those strides, and then you get this season. So I don't know what's causing that. It is not that the Fords are not trying, and I've been around this organization long enough where, believe me, I would definitely say that they're not doing it. But right now they are making the commitment. Sometimes it just seems like the commitments that they make, either that time has passed for those individuals to turn things, or they just don't pan out, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a pretty good, honest assessment right there. We're talking to Herman Moore, terrific Lions wide receiver, really just one of the greats of his time for sure, and he's with us here on CBS Sports Radio, Tiki and Tierney Show.
Herman, where are you living now? You still up in Detroit?
Yeah, I'm still in Michigan. I'm just outside the city. I live in a community, Washington Township, beautiful area, and I've been here now for 20 plus years. And we've maintained a residence in Virginia as well.